Hello everybody and welcome to my new home. We are here. This is the dining room and in there is the plant room. And today I wanted to just sort of walk you through the house from a planty view and just show you kind of my plans, talk about, I don't know, my thoughts on moving with plants. I do have a video packing up my plants coming soon, but we're doing things a little bit out of order. Okay, so humor me there. Things got a little bit crazy with the move, but I'm so excited to be here finally, and honestly just very ready for the whole like packing, unpacking, feeling disjointed thing to be done. So anyway, I guess we'll start in the kitchen since I'm right here. So this is not a house tour, so if you want to see more of the details of the home, more plans for like remodeling or just making it our own, personalizing it, you should follow my vlog channel, which is Becca Creations. So as you can see, I've got a windowsill right above the kitchen window, which is amazing. Oh yeah, it's not particularly wide, maybe like 4 inches. So I'm thinking I could definitely do some like herbs or small potted Hoya, something like that. I like to keep my project plants or just like generally more needy plants really close to me in the kitchen, and this is west. This is western facing, which is really cool. And then this area right here will be the dining room, and we have 2 windows that are similar to the kitchen window, like the exact same wall, so probably we'll put like tall plants here, maybe like if I have enough extra to put there. But my goal for this space really is to like have a big cabinet and put like dishes and stuff like that in there. So this isn't gonna be a large like planty space because these windows just don't let in a ton of light. As you can see, it is like kind of dark. And when we toured this house, that was something that we noted, that it felt very dark. And we attributed it largely to the dark wood in the kitchen, which actually I really love the cabinets. They're very, very beautiful wood. They're not exactly like the honey wood. They're a little bit more reddish, and they have just details that make it feel a little bit more like upgraded. I don't know. I really, really like them. So I want to like design the kitchen in a way that we maintain like the wood cabinets. So we're just going to be focusing on adding light in other ways. Particularly, number 1, we're going to be repainting the entire house. As you can see, the house is this beige color. Through the ceilings, the walls, everything is this dark beige, and the paint is also very, very flat. And I realized this last night. I had like an epiphany that is probably why it also feels very dark in here, because the paint is all the same color everywhere. Sorry about the kid noises, hope you don't mind. And also it's very, very flat. There's like no sheen, no reflection. And like I'm not going to do like a high sheen, but probably like maybe a step up from eggshell everywhere in the house. That will really help reflect light that we do get in these spaces that have like the more north windows. And then also we're going to be swapping out some light fixtures and just adding in like daylight bulbs and stuff like that in areas that we want to be super well lit. The living room is a pretty dark space, but I actually don't mind my living rooms being dark because you want it to feel cozy. So this room has windows in it, 3 big windows, but they go out to the patio, so they're pretty blocked. Patio is like the main event, so well, actually the yard's pretty good too, but let's go out to the patio and check out there. So obviously all of our stuff is currently in boxes and has been for a couple of weeks. So what have I been doing to entertain myself and wind down at the end of the night? I have been playing June's Journey. If you've never heard of June's Journey, it's a hidden objects game, also like a world building game where you're like building a little estate and like putting decorations on your estate and all that kind of stuff. But the reason that I'm bringing up June's Journey is they are joining the Green Game Jam for the 4th year now. And in observance of the Green Game Jam, they are throwing a harvest festival. So from September 9th to September 15th, players will need to play a number of hidden object scenes in June's Journey to complete the celebration milestones. So when you collect all 7 celebration rewards, you will win a themed tandem tomato decoration for your island. These decorations are literally so cute. I'll put them on the screen. There's a tomato garden and then there is a greenhouse. So in addition to all of the in-game fun, June's Journey is also encouraging us to take part in Seeds of Kindness, which will run from September 9th to September 16th. And what this means is you can submit photos of yourself doing tasks from 4 different categories to win in-game mystery boxes. So those categories are removing trash, number 2, planting and reforestation, number 3, recycling and DIY project, number 4, cooking seasonal foods, cooking without leftovers, and supporting local farmers, like going to the farmer's market. So your cutie moment at the farmer's market counts in this. You can share verified images of your actions to the link that's going to be in the description box below to receive your prizes. And I don't know, I just think it's really cool that a game like that we are doing on our phones is encouraging us to also take some climate action just in some really simple, doable ways. Like these 4 things are things that a lot of us are probably already doing. So anyway, if you're interested in participating in the Harvest Festival on June's Journey or also with the Seeds of Kindness, I will have everything linked down below for you. Definitely check it out if you're interested, and yeah, let's get back into the video. So through this door is the sunroom, and the sunroom is really just a covered porch. So you can see there's like a closed in area right here, and then just your standard porch situation. So I thought that this was a lot bigger than it was. Like when you've looked at so many houses, everything just kind of blends together. So it's not as big as I thought I remembered it being, but it's still a really great size. It is bigger than my last room. I'd say at least width-wise, like it's wider, probably about the same length. I need to actually look at the measurements. I have already just put my furniture set in here. The table is somewhere in the house, but the furniture set is gonna be in here. I was also considering putting like my sewing machine and all that kind of stuff in here. It hasn't really been that hot in here at all since we got here, but I don't know if that's actually gonna be like an accurate representation of the weather. I don't have my tripod, so sorry about this shelf tripod situation. But anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of thoughts for this room. Number 1, I am gonna paint it yellow. So I was kind of playing around with like rendering out some yellows, and I think that I found one that I really like, but I am going to be getting samples because this is really important to get the right yellow so that it doesn't like look weird. So I want this room to be very, very bright, and I want things to reflect off the wall. So I'm also gonna get like a high sheen, probably like a semi-gloss yellow paint, and paint the walls. The ceiling and the walls are again the same color. I don't know why they're doing that. I know that color drenching is a thing, but it was not a thing when this house was built, so I don't really know what the deal is there. But anyway, the trim and the ceiling I'm going to paint white, and the flooring is very gross because this room, I can tell it was previously used as just like a big dog kennel. It really leaves much to be desired. It's super dirty and gross, and I've been trying to brainstorm ways to clean this room in a way that's, I don't know, going to work and like not affect the integrity, because I was thinking I would just rent like a power washer, but I don't know how that would work because there's nowhere for the water to escape. So I then thought maybe my husband could just follow me around with our shop vac, but yeah, I don't know. It has operable windows, 2 operable windows, and then it also has a sliding glass door, and of course a little doggy door. It needs a new flap. It's currently broken, but our dogs have been loving just the freedom of being able to go in and out. And it also has these windows up top. So yeah, all in all, it's a nice room for sure. It's nice and big, and I will definitely be able to use it for plants. I want to chat through like the design, if I may. So I kind of like the idea of doing like a pulley system. I have never done it before, but I've seen people do it. So I just kind of had this vision of plants like up high on platforms that have pulleys, so that I would like raise them up and pull them down based on like what I'm caring for them. So I was imagining just like 2 really big ones right here, 2 smaller ones on the opposite wall, because I don't want to replicate what I did in my old space, although it was like absolutely beautiful. I want to continue to move the needle and just like get better and better with my skills and the ways that I'm displaying plants. And admittedly, the lighting in here is not as good as my old sunroom. My old sunroom was like a unicorn. South windows, east windows, skylights. It was just incredible. We have entertained the thought of putting skylights in this room, but that is a future thing because skylights are very expensive, and we were kind of scarred from our last skylight experience when we had to replace them, and it was extremely expensive. So I don't know. We want to think about ways to add more light in here, and that is a possibility. Oh, she's stuck on a chair. Hold on. Let me help you down. Let me help you down. You got up there so good. So the seating area is definitely going to still be a thing in here, and it actually has room to breathe, which is just really nice. I like that it doesn't feel like so cramped. I can actually use the full set, because usually at my old place, I could only use the 2 chairs or this. I couldn't use both because there just wasn't enough room. And then we have my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which I put it in here because I thought this is where I would want it to be, but I'm actually not sure. I'm really still going through the motions and figuring out how I want to use the space and all of that. So remains to be seen where this will go. It needs to go somewhere that's not a bedroom because the lights are on so much. But hey guys, do you want to tell them what you think of our new house? Poopy, any thoughts? You just drink some water. Leo, any thoughts? They're very playful today. I also have this smaller art shelf, and then I have my big art shelf. So I don't want it to just be like a bunch of shelves in this room. I think that also could look kind of bad. So I'm kind of still dreaming up what I want to do with all of the shelves and cabinets that I have. But I still would like to use my IKEA greenhouse cabinet to some capacity, but we'll see. Really? Now, back to the flooring. I am planning on doing probably like a peel and stick tile. I have also priced out like the, yes, it echoes in here. I have also priced out like the bamboo square tiles, which like is still a possibility, but I remember it being pretty expensive, and I was like, ooh, okay, never mind. So at the very least, I do plan on power washing it, cleaning it in some way, like maybe getting like an intense floor cleaner and scrubbing it, and possibly painting the cement. I do want to have a big rug in here. You guys know I'm a big fan of Ruggable. I have like 3 or 4 in my house as it is. And the one that I had in here, I think I'm actually gonna use in my living room. Still undecided, it might go in my bedroom. But anyway, it's a really, really big one. And it's echoing in here, and she likes the way that sounds. Anyway, they have jute rugs from the Ruggable, in the Ruggable washable rugs now. So I am probably gonna get one of those instead, because I do like the idea of a jute rug in here. I just think that it aesthetically would look really nice. So I might just paint the cement and then put the rug on top, because if I'm gonna paint the cement, I was thinking about doing like a checkerboard design, but then that's a lot of work to have 90% of it covered up by a rug. So I might just paint it. And I don't know what color I would paint it, so we will see on that. But that is the plant room. The new plant room. Stay tuned for how it evolves and what we end up doing with it. I am excited to see it change, because as of right now, it's giving me pause on like my excitement for it. My excitement is big because it's going to be a big transformation, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot of work. But we've got nothing but time in this journey. So yeah, this is a prefab shed, and when we saw the house, I was like, oh, this is great. We have a shed already. It's on a concrete foundation. This is gonna be awesome. I've seen people like convert these into like rooms where like studio spaces where you could like work or I don't know, do things. And I was really, really excited for that. But then I left my greenhouse and I have just been really, like naturally, I think everybody can understand, like I've just been really, really sad about having to leave my greenhouse. I have cried like so much. I don't want to cry right now because I am like this close, but just not having that space anymore feels so sad, because number one, I got used to having it, and number two, it feels like I'm leaving one of my kids and I'm never gonna see one of my kids again. which is strange, I know. But it's this project that I worked so hard on for so many years, and now I just don't, it's not mine currently. Like, we still own the house, so technically it is still mine, but whoever lives in our house, it's theirs, and they can do with it what they want, within reason. But I just was thinking, like, we could convert this into a greenhouse, like, pretty easily, or at the very least, like, a potting shed where we add, like, a bunch of windows. So we are tossing around the idea of that and like how exactly we would do it, but I don't know the exact measurements. I want to say it's like a 12 by 8 if I had to say, but I don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly, but it's pretty big. And this whole space right here would be great to put a big window or something like that. I am looking into like vintage or just like old windows, because I think those look really cute. So yeah, we're tossing around the idea of it, and I would love to hear your guys' feedback on what you think, because I don't know, I already miss having a greenhouse. It's right here, prefab building. We obviously did not pay for it. We paid for it with the house, of course, but it's not something that we like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel sad to like cut into it. And basically what I was imagining is just like cutting the siding in half right here and then doing the top half the windows, because I like the look of the bottom half being siding like I did with the other greenhouse. So yeah, and then I really want like a Dutch door. That would be really cool. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I would just love, so anyway, let me know what you guys think. I welcome feedback on that. It's a shed. So we either convert it into like a usable room, office space, or we convert it into a greenhouse. And my husband is down for the greenhouse because I think he feels bad for me. We're gonna go inside just as a last wrap up to show the windows in the bedrooms. Okay, everything is in just absolute disarray in here currently, but I wanted to show you, we have these 3 windows here, which are kind of like northeast facing. And I don't really plan on putting a ton of plants in here. Sorry, it's like so backlit, but you get the idea. 3 windows. I don't know if I'll put anything in here. This is our bedroom, by the way. But what's really gonna be good is this is an east window, like almost directly an east window. We are going to be filling this up because look at how thick this windowsill is. And it's getting such good light. Like this windowsill is even like a little bit warm. It's also really dusty. Ugh. But yeah, it's definitely getting some great light. It's also like kind of, well, you can see it's like frosted glass. So that'll be great. If you guys follow Plant Girl 50, Bree, she has a very similar bathtub situation, and hers just like really inspired me to put just a ton of plants in here. So we will definitely be having a jungle bathtub moment. I already have my bath pillow in there, and I really need to get the butt seat and the footrest seat because now I have plenty of room to have all of them. So stay tuned for my bathtub situation. There is also an additional window in another bedroom in the house, but yeah, that is basically the window situation in this house. And I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna be really fun to plantify all of these spaces. My plants are definitely not going to be concentrated all around one room in this house. There's a little bit more leeway to do more, so I'm definitely gonna be doing that, but I'm actually about to start unpacking my plants and getting them watered and stuff. So stay tuned for that video, probably coming up next. I'm really excited to show you guys how they're doing. A couple of the plants, like I said, did get a little bit mangled, but most of them look incredible. So yeah, just stay tuned for that update, and thank you so much for being along for this moving journey. It has been quite a doozy, but we are doing it. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already so that you can stay updated on all of the planty things going on in my life. And of course, don't forget to check out the description box for the link to download June's Journey and participate in the Harvest Festival. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!